All right, legends, we are live. How is everybody doing? Let me know if you can hear me, if you can see me. Are you bullish? Are you bearish? With the CPI data coming out, inflation rate coming out right now in the next 10 minutes, will it be lower than expected? And we're getting a massive pump. Is it going to be higher than expected? We're going to see some fear and a big massive drop. We'll be going through the pure technical analysis as we go into the news event. Of course, with that volatility, I'm really not interested in looking for any local trading setups because I do not know if the price will get a sudden pump or a sudden drop. But we can take a look at some setups on this live stream, some major levels of confluence, okay, that we could be looking for a trading opportunity, either for a short trade, either for a long trade, guys. We'll be zooming in and taking a look at the analysis. So far, so good. Everything points out that we should be getting that move to the upside and hit $58,200 range and even possibly slightly higher. I do think that that is the highest probability scenario, purely based on what I explained on the previous videos yesterday, today also, that we haven't finished this impulsive move to the upside. And something very interesting here is that we have the move that was created yesterday that did not take those highs from Monday. It seems like unfinished business, and we have finished business here locally. One of my favorite scenarios to look for some trading setups is form a range and realize which are the lows of the range, where you just need to take a look at the 1 hourly 30-minute time frame for the candlesticks, and we can see that we do have that series of lows after this major pump that was created on Monday. You start to form those lows of the range. What you want to see is those lows swept up, so then you can get the push to the upside, right? Easy peasy, simple to understand, technical analysis, right? Just liquidity grabs. If you claim the lows, then obviously your next target zone is looking for the highs. However, we do have news. We do have that CPI data coming out in the next 10 minutes. We do have volatility coming, and we do have a bearish case scenario. We need to always have a bearish case scenario. I think the highest probability is getting the push to the upside. However, there is the bearish case, of course, that we need to talk about on the stream, guys. So make sure to destroy the like button. We are live. Make sure to smash it up right away before we go through the higher time frame scenarios, lower time frames. I've got a simple moving average here on the chart. It is the 50 SMA, guys. I never use moving averages. I don't know what they do. I don't know why you use them on the chart, right? But apparently, when we do take a look at the previous bull run, we were maintaining it as support. The moment we lost the 50 SMA, we entered a bear market. We are just holding that level. We bounced very nicely from that 50 SMA, weekly SMA, okay? In June of 2021, when we had the C19 crash, it was a little bit of a fake out, right? I see fake outs all the time, but you can see how the price was maintaining in that bull run, all right, above the 50 SMA. As you broke beneath it, it confirmed kind of the bear market. So we are holding our support just like we did back in 2021 in June right over here for that next leg up. Will that be the case? We are holding very nicely throughout the last couple of months, right? August, September. Does this mean that this is the low and we are going to go to higher levels? We also have the diamond pattern, guys. The diamond reversal pattern, diamond bottom pattern, because we are coming from a downtrend. Who believes that this diamond pattern will finally come to fruition and get that explosive move to the upside to go to all-time high, right? What a textbook diamond pattern we do have here, right? We formed a higher low. We back tested the July lows. So far on higher time frame, hey, we are holding this level, baby. Are we going to go to 49K, 44K? Let me know, the bears, in the comment section. This is only a dead cat bounce, you fool. We are going to go to lower levels. Let me know right away, guys. What do you think in the comment section? Are you bullish or are you bearish? Let's get a poll ready for the people here to ask the community. Are you bullish with the CPI data or are you bearish? So let's start off right over here. Inflation data for Bitcoin. Let me know right away. What do you think? Is it going to be big dump? Or is it going to be massive pump? Let me know right away, guys, on the poll. Inflation data for Bitcoin. What do you think is going to happen? Let's start the poll right away. Let me know. Is there more people bullish on Bitcoin? Is there more people bearish? Let me know right away, guys. We are getting that data in just about 7 minutes, guys. So it's going to be pretty exciting. Bullish. We have here Powell bullish. Confused. I'm confused as well, guys. I never liked the news. The news can be, a big dump or a big pump. There are several scenarios here. We're going to talk about the lower time frame, of course. Most importantly, levels of invalidation, sign of strength for the moment. What we talked about yesterday. Yes, we are holding this range, but we're going to see the news, guys, all depending on what happens with the news. Will we see a big drop and then a recovery, right? Or a double bottom scenario, and then we're going to rock it? Or are we just going to pump right there or just dump? I do not know. The news does break the technical analysis. For the moment, this was looking very, very nice. Already locked some profit, added to the position, protected position. I don't want to be in any position as we get the volatility. I don't know what the heck's going to happen. So I would rather be in no position or in a protected position, unless you are short from higher or unless you're in a very good long position from the exact lows here, right? So let's talk about the different scenarios, right? The different scenarios. We're just going to zoom out a little bit here. Okay, and realize, let's first of all focus on a higher time frame, right? Then we'll zoom in on the lower time frame. Okay, let's zoom out on the higher time frame. First of all, we're going to get the fixed volume profile from the entire range from the end of February, mid-February, and talk about the value area low from this entire range that we formed in between March and July, guys. Big fat range, of course. Value area low is sitting at $59,100. So that is an interesting level, not only because it is the value area low. What else do we have here at this zone? Let's take a look at naked point of control, levels, dailies, weeklies. Do we have anything right over here? Well, where we have the value area low, I can see that we have the previous month close, okay? Value area low from the entire range in between February and September, right? Many months of a value range. We got the previous month close sitting at that zone, just slightly below $59,000. We also have a naked point of control from this consolidation that we formed on the 3rd of September. We got a nice consolidation, leaving a high volume node right there on the volume profile. We also have a daily level. This zone is the $59,100. Let's see if we do. We've got a lot of confluence going on here at this area, guys. This is going to be a tough nut to crack. Let's take a look at Fibonacci from the highs here at 65K to the lows. 50% Fibonacci is slightly below, so it would have been nice that that 50% was exactly here at 59,100. But we do have some more resistance here beneath us, guys. We'll go in detail right now. But this is a big, big, tough nut to crack open, guys, which is the $59,100. Without a doubt, if we were to get that leg all the way up there, this is a zone where it's going to be very difficult. We'll be forming a range, a double top scenario, potentially a large pullback a few hours after hitting that zone. So this is a zone where the price could get rejected. $59,100. Value area low from the entire range of the last 6 months. We do have the previous month close. Previous month closed at that level, right? When we zoom out, you can see how we have the previous month close right over there. Also, what we do have is, let me zoom out here 1 second. Let me zoom out. We have the naked point of control from this consolidation that we formed. And we have a daily level, right? We've got a daily close and open that has not been tested, which is also exactly at $59,100 area, okay? So strong level of resistance that we need to take into consideration. Now, who cares about that level? We are over $2,000 away from it. Let's talk about internally about the levels, right? First of all, higher time frame, guys, just in case we do get the pop, all right, and we just explode out. This is a zone where I would expect the price to actually reject. other level of resistance. What if we do actually bounce from this zone? We've swept up the lows of the last few days and we get the punchy price action. You should be in a long here from this zone. Yes, taking some profits. We're hitting that local VWAP, all right? The session VWAP, we were just tapping it here gently today. So yeah, as a scalper as well, if you did long here, the SFP from the lows of the range, either this one or either this one, for those scalpers, VWAP, it's a take profit zone. We're just getting that resistance at the VWAP. We're currently slightly above it, but it's a take profit if you get into a swing failure pattern from the sweep of the lows, right? Just a little move of $300-400. It's enough to make some gains in the day, right? So let's zoom out here, legends, and I'll go through the comment section. There's just a lot of stuff to talk about. Elliott Wave, there's harmonics, there's all sorts to talk about, guys. But let's talk about the Elliott Wave scenario here, where we formed a wave 1, okay, a wave 2, a wave 3. We had this wave 4, or still inside of the wave 3. This is something that, you know, potentially already finished that wave 3 from this structure. This is the wave 4, right? Beautiful ABC move, sweeping the lows from yesterday, as mentioned, right? We were getting the bounce, looking for the possibility of the sweep of the lows. Has this wave 4 finished? Are we going to form that wave 5 in the next coming hours? Now the question is, hey, CPI did, we got the volatility, guys. Volatility's here. No time for technical analysis. What is the data? It's getting a bit of a move down right now as we speak. Let's take a look. Inflation rate 3.2, 2.5. It is extremely lower than expected. The forecast was 2.7 and it's 2.5. Of course, core inflation is still 3.2, 0.3, but inflation rate 2.5. So it's 0.2. Yeah, it's probably going to, let's see if we are going to get a rally. Let's see what the DXY is doing. DXY getting a little bit of a bounce. The stock market is getting a dump. Inflation is lower than expected. Legends, 2.5. What's predictable? We're getting a dump on the stock markets. What is Bitcoin doing? Bitcoin getting a bit of that local volatility. Local dump. Right over here on Bitcoin. Not much, but it is lower than expected. I mean, at least here, when I do take a look at the trading economics, right? Let me know if you guys can hear me, if you got the music. Hopefully you have. The forecast was 2.7 and it's 2.5. So at least on trading economics website, they were, you know, the forecast was 2.7. I'm not sure on other places, websites, or different places where maybe it was expected that it was going to be 2.5. The fake direction happens first, yes, without a doubt. So we should be getting that just quick move down. This movement down also kind of had to happen. It had to happen based on a lot of people longing. Okay, there was a lot of people longing on Bybit just throughout the last few hours. You had massive higher highs on the CVD, absolutely crazy. People on Bybit just going absolutely bananas with the long positions. And right now we have a huge amount of shorts entering as we speak, with very low open interest though. So yeah, I do think that this has just been a clear out wick to the downside, and we could get that momentum to the upside. It looks pretty good. As you said, here's somebody in the comment section. The first move is the fake one, right? First move is the stop loss hunt liquidation event. It is the fake one. So we are still good. This has been the quick short-term volatile move. So it does look pretty nice for the price to actually start moving to the upside. Okay, we just got that wick here to the downside. Stock market just a big major dump, and probably going to get the bounce now. Created a nice sweep of these lows. So let's see what happens. But overall, let's focus with the technical analysis, guys, here. Let's focus with the technicals. highest probability scenario is actually getting that push to the upside here. All right. And what we need to talk about is what will happen next, right? What is the next move? Where could the fifth wave end? And we could get a pretty significant pullback, not only of several $100s, but even a few $1,000s. If this is going to be the end of an impulsive move, we would be expecting a major correction, right? So now the question is, where can that fifth wave get a corrective move, right? Where could it top out? Well, that is when we are taking a look at different levels of confluence. The previous month close, $59,000. Without a doubt, I'm not sure if the price will manage to push that much to the upside, but yeah, getting above the wave 3 here, the biggest level of resistance where the market price, or the price of Bitcoin, is extremely likely going to get a quick rejection, just like we did here on Monday, right? After this major pump, big rejection of a few $1,000s. We are trying to target, all right, for the moment, guys, like I said, the highest probability is that this could be a wave 4. So, in my opinion, we could be looking for higher levels, right, from this zone. If we move down from here, then we'll analyze the local scenario on what needs to happen. The previous week equilibrium holding here very nicely, which is the 50% Fibonacci from the previous week, holding very, very nicely right over here at $56,000. So overall, in my opinion, highest probability is actually getting that push to the upside. If we were to get the push up, we want to know, where can we execute a trade? Where can we quickly jump into a short trade setup, right? And obviously the 59,000 zone, where we also have a naked point of control, 59,100. It's this consolidation that we had, all right, on the 3rd of September. We got the previous month close as well at that level. This is a zone that we are likely going to reject from, right? And if I'm not mistaken, yeah, we do have a daily level there as well, 59,100. There's a lot going on, okay? There's a lot going on. So if we were to complete that fifth wave right over here, this is without a doubt a zone where we could be looking for that pullback, either in a large ABC corrective move, right? At least one nice big pullback, even of over $1,000 in my opinion. Then we could form an ABC, right? Or, we'll just have to analyze. The rejection point is here. We do not know how the price is going to move down, but we do know where the price will highly likely reject if we get that pump. Let's talk about the bearish case scenario. Of course, it's not only bullish case. We have the bearish case scenario. We have finished a 3-wave structure here to the upside, and we are just going to form another 3-wave structure to the downside. Now, as we did retrace all the way up to the 0.88 Fibonacci, even though if the price dumps, I'm going to be very cautious with long positions here. We're going to talk about some major levels. But as we retraced all the way up to the 0.88 Fibonacci, and we only formed a 3-wave structure to the upside, depending on how we break down here, all right, we'll be analyzing very, very carefully. Could this be a much larger 3-wave, right? 3-wave and 3-wave right there, forming a kind of a WXY, right? We'll be analyzing this scenario without a doubt, because I do think that there is good possibilities for some long trade setups, even though it's going to be looking very nasty. We mentioned the different scenario here on why did we get the rejection here yesterday. Let me just get some levels here out of the chart. Why did we get this rejection? Well, we formed a bat pattern, right? You might think, what the heck are you talking about? We had the possibility of a harmonic right there. There's either the bat or the 𝗬𝗏𝗽 pattern, right? The 7/8 or the 0.88 that was playing out here. Okay, very nice Fibonacci confluence with this harmonic. You had lower highs. Anybody that is not aware of the harmonics, we do have the bat pattern, of course, which is hitting that 0.88 Fibonacci, right? It's just a combination of fib levels. We did not, we surpassed a little bit the 0.88 Fibonacci. The main reason why we did confirm a lower high on this scenario right over here is purely based as well because of the massive bearish CVD divergence that we were forming yesterday, right? You had a huge amount of people longing on Bybit, on the rest of exchanges. You were forming already higher highs on the CVD from this pivot on the rest of exchanges. So you were forming a lot of bearish CVD divergence, right? You can see on the yellow, which is Bybit, very aggressive, higher highs right there. A lot of people longing at that level of resistance, right? People are longing, hoping that we are going to break out and we are going to hit the highs. We had quite a lot of millions of dollars entering into long positions at the highs. So obviously they ended up trapped, and we ended up getting the movement down because the CVD target is coming all the way down to the lows, right? If you form those bearish CVDs, you got the bearish bat pattern. It's not an easy short position, to be honest. Okay, I was saying to the Legends trading community, it's not a level that I would like to enter either a long or a short. I'm very much aware of the bearish case scenario based on the bearish CVDs, but I'm aware also of the price, finishing that fifth wave. You form a 1 wave, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? You're coming up, you're in bullish momentum. There's not an easy long trading setup. Of course, the easiest long trading setup was wait for the lows, guys. If we form a lower high here, we do not know if we're going to form a higher low and then break. Much better to just wait for these lows, get into a swing failure pattern. You get a move of several $100s. You can get into some profits already, getting all the way up to the VWAP, right? So VWAP has to be a take profit one. You are forming very, very strong local bearish CVD divergence. My long trade from here was really, really expecting that the price could continue to the upside and form that fifth wave, right? Finally claim this high from Monday at $58,200. However, we have CPI data. We have insane bearish CVD divergence forming, right, throughout the last few hours. This is not going to help. This is not going to help, right? You get lots of people on Bybit entering long positions, trying to basically catch the bottom like us, right? Realizing that sweep of the lows of the range. And, this is obviously a nice long setup. But as you get that bounce, you got so many people on Bybit entering long positions at the lows. And it's like, we could wick down. We could claim the lows again. I mean, open interest is high, so it is going up with open interest, so it's looking like a strong bounce, but there's a lot of longs entering here on Bybit, as we can see also on the CVD, right? You are forming those bearish CVD divergence here, which is not too convincing, right? For me, it's not. I want to see people shorting. I want to see bullish CVD divergence on these retracements. I want to see lower lows on the CVD, and that's when I'm like, okay, this is very much a good long position. Stay on the long, add to the long position, stop loss at the lows. We're forming bullish CVDs, so we've swept the lows of the range, but that hasn't been the case. The data has changed as we were getting the move up. We're forming bearish CVDs, so that is already a red flag. That's a small little red flag here locally. We are forming some bullish CVD divergence right now that could actually get the price to get the bounce. Right? You are forming those lower lows on the CVD, higher lows. It is a very news related. So when there's news, guys, I don't trust the data. I don't trust the volatility. When there's news, it's just not proper volume in my opinion. So just like yesterday, right over here, I was discussing with the Legends community. It would be nice to actually sweep up this low, right? To then get the bounce, which is basically what happened today, right? Sweep up this low, and you are getting that bounce. However, what happened yesterday, as we were getting this price action, we were forming incredible bearish bullish CVD divergence, forming higher lows on the price action, lower lows and lower lows. A lot of people shorting the market at the lows here, wanting to break down, which obviously got that major bounce to hit the CVD target. So this was actually a pretty acceptable long position, just purely based on the bullish CVDs and also based on the micro counts of the waves. When we do analyze the lower time frames on this move, you can count 5 micro waves to the upside in a 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 here. Double top, classic for a 5th wave, kind of an SFP double top scenario, and then this corrective move. So you got 5 waves up, and you can speculate that this has been a corrective structure. You got bullish CVDs, you're looking for the next leg up. Now, of course, what has happened here? This is what is worrying right now, right? Have we formed this as an ABC? Because there is 5 waves up here as well. So A right over here, B and C. And we're just forming a much larger A, B, C right there. That is what I've been speculating on for the last 24 to 48 hours when we were trading in this range. Okay, this looks pretty good. This is unfinished business. What I would want to see is a sweep of the lows either here, right, or later on, and then get the rise. Yeah, it's just right now, of course, we do have the news event and it's not looking too great. Just a bit of local volatility. We're still holding pretty nicely. Let's take a look at the S&P 500. Yeah, just a volatile move down. This could have been the fake move, and now the price is just going to continue pumping. The DXY is pumping as well as we got the inflation rate down, bringing some strength to the dollar index, getting a bit of a pump. So, yeah. What is the bearish case scenario, you may ask? What would be the bearish case scenario here? Well, obviously, there is one, right? There's always a bullish case. There's always a bearish case. That is that we've finished a 3-wave a corrective wave to the upside, which would be this one. You're hitting the 1.618, right? From this ABC, which is rare. This is mostly common for a 3rd wave. This is why we're speculating on that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Let's see if we do maintain this area. I would be interested in a local double bottom, guys, to re-enter that long position. Would be interested in re-entering that long position if we do get a double bottom. But, of course, we do have the bearish case. What if this is the first wave 1? We got a wave 2 here. And now we're just, on the building of a wave 3. Right? And then 4, 5, obviously. The extension move down. We are looking at the 1.618. So let's get a plan here ready, okay? Because I'm already out of that trade. Already out of that trade at break even. I would rather not trade the news, like I said. If I'm in a position already, I'm protecting. And the price could do whatever it wants. I prefer to wait a few more hours, get into a range, and have much clearer scenarios. Not trade the news because it could break down, it could pump. For the moment, we are holding this zone. So let's talk about the possibility of, just say that the price suddenly right now in the next 1 to 2 hours gets a major dump. Where is the price going to react? Where is the price going to find some proof of support and get a bounce? This is what we're going to look for right now, guys. That level of confluence right away. Let's get this off the chart, okay? Let's get this off the chart and analyze the possibility of, hey, what if, okay? Either in a 3-wave move and you're in a much larger complex corrective structure, right? Forming 3 waves, 3 waves, 3 waves, or you're moving down impulsively. It doesn't matter. We need to analyze where that 3rd wave could get a stop. And this is why we look for the confluence zones, right? Confluence zones where that 3rd wave could end up or that ABC, right? We're looking also for the possibility of an ABC right there. Where could it end? Where is the highest zone of support for that breakdown where we could be getting a bounce? Obviously, the 1.618 is sitting at $55,000. That is always a good zone where the price likely gets a reaction, right? And then gets a significant rally for all of those aggressive scalpers that want to jump in on that kind of rejection from a falling knife. Not interested in the falling knife, of course, but in that small little reaction as you get back above the 1.618, that is where you execute the trade, right? Something very similar to what happened here in the last few days, right? Where you have that extension to the 1.618 and you get the rejection, right? So you surpass the 1.618. You're not interested in shorting the top or shorting a massive pump. You're interested in, the possible rejection from the 1.618 and then profit from the rest of the correct move. So that is what you would be speculating here on this same movement to the downside. As you move down in this impulsive move down, as you're below the 1.618, I mean, there could be some levels of confluence. We're going to take a look at that right away. But as you're below it, you're not interested. As you're recovering, right, on that, above that level, that is where you could see the major relief rally. And you want to enter as soon as you recover from that 1.618. However, we need to back it up with a little bit of more confluence. So let's take a look at naked point of controls, right? Do we have any high volume nodes, all right, from the previous days on the volume profile where we just have a very solid high volume node, right? Do we have any? We do. We do right over here. I mean, depending on what time frame you are looking at this, if it's on Bybit or Binance, but you do have this consolidation, okay, from Monday before getting the pump, right? If you take a look at the daily, you will see a high volume node at $54,900 range. There is another one right over here. So there is a lot of volume based on the volume profile from Monday, okay, which is where we have the 1.618 extension. That is without a doubt a zone where the price could react and get that significant bounce. Let's take a look at the fixed volume profile from this range. Yeah, the highest volume node is basically right over here. So this is why I have the naked point of control at 54,870 approximately, slightly below the 1.618. This would be the zone where the price likely gets a bounce, okay? So now you need to think, okay, is there a better level, right? Is there a better level for me to jump into a long position without being the 618 or the naked point of control? And I'm going to say absolutely yes. Of course there is. What would be ideal would be that liquidity grab from that low created on Monday. That higher low right over here. This is the classic level. It's just a liquidity grab swing failure pattern. So this would be the ideal scalp trade. So what you would want to do here is remain patient. If we do break down from here, guys, from this low, I would not be interested in a long position unless we reclaim the level and we form bullish CVD divergence, right, on the way up. I would be interested only if we break down, we reclaim that low of today, form bullish CVD divergence, we reclaiming the lows, back testing it, bullish CVDs. Then I would speculate, okay, guys, this is looking good. We're still inside of that wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But if we break down, nothing, guys. Nada. Of course, this is a very difficult short. Not an easy short here locally. I can explain why in the next coming minutes. So yeah, the next setup is, hey, what if we do get that breakdown? I have the level. I have a very good level here. I have a very good level. Let's take a look at the dailies. Do we have any daily levels here? No. Weekly level? No. Yeah, it's enough regarding confluence. Let's take a look at Fibonacci retracement from these two pivots. There's only two clear pivots where we can take a look at Fibonacci retracement, which is this one and this one. So let's see if we do have any fib retracement confluence where we have the 1.618 extension, the naked point of control, and that pivot higher low, which would be epic for a sweep, right? It would be epic for a sweep. That would be the zone where I would be interested in longing the reaction recovery. Highly likely going to get a reaction bounce, okay, at this level. So the only thing that you need to do, just like I do, is set the alerts. And once you get those alerts on the phone, check the reaction, check the level, you know the level, get into a quick scalp. You get a few $100 bounce to the upside. You're managing risk here like a beast with your stop loss beneath the low of that liquidity grab. And you just profit from that move. And then you look for another scenario. So it's really remaining patient. A lot of people ask me, are we going to pump or are we going to dump? It's like, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with the news, with any, I don't know what the price is going to do. We can talk about some projections, some levels where we could react, and you just need to get in, manage risk, and get the heck out. You know, scratch a few dollars from the market. That's the only thing we can do here, right? You know, if you, this was good, guys. This was a good long. This ride over here was a good long, and I would say it's still a good, okay long. Everything it's just a classic range high, range low. You sweeped up the range low. It's holding, but you're getting rejected from VWAP. You got the bearish case as well. Yeah, I mean, what can I say? I mean, that news volatility didn't bring too much, to be honest. It just got a quick wick down. A quick wick down. I think, you know, there is a high chance that we are going to hold this, guys, and we are going to go, we are going to get the bounce. If that was it, then we're probably just going to get yeah, let me take a look at the poll right away, legends, because I want to take a look at the poll right away, because let's see what the people said. Are we going to get a major dump or a major pump? And over 800 votes, and we have a 50-50. Wow, 50-50, guys. It's insane how there is so many bears and so many bulls at the same time. It's a 50-50. All right, could you move your head to the left? My bad. Sorry, my bad. Could you move the head? Oh my goodness, my head is huge here. Let's just put my head right over here at this zone. Where shall we put it? Where should I go? Or should I just disappear? You don't need my head. You don't need to see me. Sorry about that, legends. Let's go right away through the possibilities. But it does look good for the bounce here. It does look relatively good for the bounce. We are I'm sticking more on the higher probability side, guys, which is this lower high that has been formed is unfinished business. It's unfinished business right there. We retraced all the way up to the 0.88 Fibonacci. Very rare for a wave 2 to impulsively break down, meaning that there's high probability that this has been an ABC move, right? Hitting the 1-to-1 extension, right? When we take a look at the pivot high, pivot low to the pivot high, 1-to-1, 105, perfect for a C wave. We are in bullish momentum for the last few days, so you need to go with the local momentum still, especially when this wick high has not been tested. Especially when this wick high has not been tested, guys. When we get that movement to the upside, the next level for me to look for a short, in a nutshell, really would be $59,100. Naked point of control. You got the previous month close at that level. I would be a little bit skeptical on a double top right there. It could happen. It could happen. We could double top from Monday highs. It could just get above it a few $100 and then get the corrective move. It's an option. It's very much an option. I would like to see the price getting a little bit more of a spike to the upside, right? To get to the $59,000 range. And this would be a much better zone. We got a beautiful lower high right there, but it is a little bit in the middle of no man's land. It's in the middle of no man's land right over here. There's really not much confluence. Let's take a look at Fibonacci from this pivot to this pivot. Yeah. Not really much going on here. 7-8 from this pivot is slightly below. Let's take a look at the highs to the lows. 50% is slightly above it. Could we hit the 50% from the entire drop from 65k? Sweep up that high, and that will be the SFP level. The only reason why I would speculate on an SFP, guys, either on this high or either on this high, guys. I don't like SFPing every single high or every single low because you're fighting the trend. SFPs they need to be a very high confluence level to get into because you're fighting, you're shorting against the trend, right? Or you're longing against the trend when you're looking for swing failure patterns. They can play out beautifully. You can get a relatively good bounce like here, right? You test the lows and you get that bounce, but you are fighting the trend, right? This got the bounce and it came straight back down. So the question is, why would I be interested in this swing failure pattern if you're fighting the trend? Why would you enter a short either on a double top here or in this high? Well, it's purely based because you should be finishing a 5 impulsive move to the upside at some point in this area. You should be finishing a 5th wave. 5th wave ain't going to go to $62,000. It ain't going to happen. It's not going to do that. It's going to find a top here in between 58,000 and 59,000 range. So you need to have some pivot highs that are actually going to be that barrier, right? That's going to be the liquidity grab to get that movement back down. So I would be interested. 5th waves are classic for a double top, right? They are classic for a double top or a double bottom, right? Kind of a truncated situation, just like the one we had today, right? Yesterday, sorry, my bad, right? 5th waves, when you can count 5 waves, right? The 5th wave usually ends up in that double top. It usually ends up in a failed auction double top. It might break through quite a bit, but then ends up in a corrective move. And just like what happened here, this is extreme lower time frame micro counts, right? So with that analysis, this is higher time frame. This is higher time frame. And of course, you are looking for that last wave to the upside that needs to top out. The question is, will it top out as we hit this high, or will it top out as we hit this high? Or could it just break out from those levels and there's no SFP and we're going to go to $59,000 area where we have a lot of confluence? If we shoot through those highs and we do not reject from them, right, which is very much possible, when the price goes, it goes, and it just slices through all of these levels, then we would have to wait for this zone. This is not going to be an easy decision short the naked point of control at 59,100. It's not going to be an easy, you could take it as an SFP. So you get above it, you get below it, you trigger a short, you're very defensive, you get that major drop. It could come up and back test it. If you do so with bearish CVDs, you could have another attempt, obviously looking for a lower high, looking for an ABC kind of move, right? We're just going to have to see how the price does react at that zone and remain patient. So it might double top from the highs of Monday. It might actually reach this high over here from last Wednesday. And then obviously look for the larger corrective move down, right? For that ABC. So that's kind of what I'm looking at here a little bit, guys, on this scenario. If we do manage to pump through, like I said, there is high probability that is going to be the case. And the main reason why is because there's unfinished business. We did not manage to reach those highs from Monday yesterday. It did not manage to do so. Legends, if you are interested in trading these potential moves that we are talking about on the live stream, remember that you do have on Bybit an insane bonus. You got a $500 airdrop to trade Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, all of these different altcoins, all right? And you get that free airdrop once you sign up with a link down below, guys. Sign up right away, claim $500 position, and start trading, guys, so you can profit from that free position. If you cannot trade on Bybit based on KYC, there's a no KYC platform. It is bluffing, guys. 10% cashback you get once you sign up with the link, guys. It's a 10% cashback. You deposit $4,000. You're getting $400 right away as cashback, so you can use as well to increase your capital, guys. Take advantage. So we are getting the bounce right now at the moment, holding here like a charm, getting the momentum to the upside. Very, very nice. Just like you said, someone said the first move, not easy zone to short. Absolutely not. You know, this would not be a zone to enter a short, in my opinion, right? On a higher time frame, you are at support. Would be more interested in longs in this area, purely based that we want this high to be taken, right? You come so close yesterday, so close, and hitting that high. This is unfinished business. Unfinished business right there. Price swept up the lows of the range from the last 2 days, meaning that there is higher probability to claim $58,200. It's just the highest probability move. Why? You may ask. Because we've swept the lows of the last 2 days. The lows have been swept, and you are maintaining here as support. You got a bit of news, not much volatility. So you did not sweep those highs from Monday with yesterday's move. Yeah, we need to sweep it, right? We need to sweep those highs. So when we take a look at the liquidity, most interestingly, we can see on the 3-day chart, you may see here that there is quite a lot of volatility beneath volatility. Quite a lot of liquidity below $56,000. There is quite a lot of liquidity, several $100 million. And it doesn't look like there's a lot of liquidity above us, right? Above 58K. However, you need to take a look at the last week's price action, right? Zoom out a little bit, because there is a lot more of liquidations above $58,000. You can see it right over here, 600 million. There is a lot of more liquidity above 58K than below $56,000, right? There's 600 million just at 55.9K, but then below that it goes down. So there's not much interest here in liquidity. There's slightly more liquidity above 58,200, and as we are getting that momentum here to the upside on the last few days, then obviously you would say, okay, there's higher probability in sweeping that liquidity. There's more liquidity above us. We are in an uptrend. We're looking at the waves, right? When you take a look at this, one wave up, A, B, C. Another wave here to the upside, A, B, C. What do we like with the 3-wave structures here in a corrective move? When you analyze this, has been much faster, much more impulsive. When you take a look at this 3-wave structure, what do we learn about these moves? What do we learn about them? You sweep up the lows. You sweep up the lows. You sweep up that low right over here. You sweep up the lows after creating a major pump. You get the bounce. You're trapping all of those late longs. I mean, there was insane bearish CVDs here happening yesterday. Sweep up the lows. You got a 3-waver here already, just like you had a 3-waver here. So probability wise, it is highly more likely that, you know, that the push-ups should continue. Now, I do not want to see a bunch of longs entering right now on Bybit. Yeah, not too bad. CVD is relatively flat. Let's go through the comment section. Andy opened a new Insta account. Yes, I've opened one. I'm not much of a lifestyle influencer, but I've done one here for education on Instagram. Okay, guys, I'll be talking about it in the next coming days, right? We're just going to be posting reels and, you know, a little bit of my personal life, which, you know, I just kind of need to do it, get a bit more connection with the community. I think it is important, right? Get to know me a little bit. And yeah, I think it's important just to connect. You know, I am a person, I'm not a robot, and I'm not always inside of a studio just doing YouTube, right? So going to connect a little bit more with the community, of course, just by sharing a little bit of my lifestyle, my dogs, my missus, a little bit of what I do here. And yeah, that's going to be shared in the next coming days. Anyway, let's go through the comment section. I do have a super chat. Sorry, my man, 𝗖𝗿𝗆𝗽. Could you move your head? Okay, I did take a look at that one right away. Could you move your head in a nice way? Seb, my man, thanks for joining. Mariella, time to go through the comment section a little bit here, guys. I think bit of volatility down and up. I was expecting a bit more. This hasn't been that much, so there hasn't been that much volatility. Just a quick movement down, then up. But yeah, absolutely classic. I did get someone in the comment section saying that when you have the volatility news, usually the first move is the fake one, right? So if you do get that pump, you're likely going to get the drop back down. If you get the dump first, then you're looking for the pump after that. And as it's a good news, right? As it is good news, inflation is lower than expected. This is good news, right? 2.5. It was 2.7. Sorry, the forecast was 2.7. Previous was 2.9. It's down 0.4%. This is good. So if the market gets a dump, right, you come to the conclusion, right? I wouldn't be happy to trade it, you know, because market makers are going to trick you, right? Any other way when you have these news events. But you would have to believe that, hey, inflation is down. That's good news, right? Shouldn't market pump? Well, then you get the first major drop because you're going to get a lot of people longing with high leverage, expecting that is good news. And then you just have a big major liquidation event, and then the price goes where it needs to go, right? But yeah, even still, it could just be a dump, pump, and dump. You know, as always, I stay away from the news events, and I would rather be protected from positions or in no positions at all. So yeah, Valentino says, sorry, I'm going to Tino. You got it all wrong today. What was wrong? What was wrong? What was wrong today? We were talking about the bullish case scenario. This is what is wrong about the bullish case scenario. Let's go back to what has been mentioned between yesterday and today. Well, what we're looking at here is obviously the possibility of the price moving to the upside to finish that 5 waves up, right? So what is wrong about this? You know, we are looking for that sweep of the lows and then move to the upside. But anyway, yeah, good luck with that, my man. Good luck with that. The analysis and the scenarios and the highest probability scenario that we've been mentioned, it's just a matter of remaining patient. It's this, bang, 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 this, bang, bang, bang. Yesterday talking about sweeping up the lows that this zone should maintain as support, and the highest probability move is actually to take out $58,200. I will be wrong when the price does this. Then I'll say, okay, I was wrong. But screw you. You can piss off. Buddy calling for attention. Yeah, Tino has the best tzatziki sauce. Yeah, the best pizzas. You have been killing it. What that person is talking about, you are the man. Thank you. Hey, thank you very much. Yeah, you know, it just really pisses me off because I really put the hours and the scenarios and where price could get reaction zones, right? We're looking at naked point of controls, the different projections, where could we create a liquidity grab, and the major levels projections. I don't know, you know, it does take a lot of time. So, but anyway, this is what you get. It's free content, and you have so much free content out there that you just say, okay, I'm just going to hop into this guy, then I'm going to hop to the other guy, see what other one says. So yeah, it doesn't matter. Awesome content, man. Johnny, thank you very much, my man. Much love to you, brother. So Singularity X, thanks for the backup right there. Much love to you, my man. Ethereum view, please. Okay. Ethereum. Do you want me to take a look at Ethereum Summit? Let's take a look at Ethereum right away. Haven't done analysis on Ethereum for quite some time, guys. I really just focus on Bitcoin. I really focus on Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the one that I remain patient and I try and scratch a few dollars of the market when I can. When I take a look at Ethereum, other altcoins, it's just like people that say that they trade 10 different assets. It's like, you know, I don't know how you do that, right? It takes me a lot of time and dedication to analyze what is the highest probability setup just with one asset. You know, never mind having 3 or 4 charts. You know, these people that have 6 charts and like looking at different assets and like, yeah, without a doubt it is, you know, you can do that. Of course you can. But I just rather remain patient for the highest probabilities on the setups for Bitcoin, right? So let's take a look at Ethereum. I think Ethereum, let's analyze Ethereum a little bit from scratch here. Shall we do Ethereum? Yo, Andy, been watching you and you've been providing amazing info. Just wanted to say thank you for providing guidance in such a difficult market right now. BJ, thank you very much for that amazing comment, man. I just want to cry now. I got supporters in the comment section. You're awesome, man. Thank you very much for that insane comment. It always makes me happy. It always wants to make me, you know, continue on YouTube, provide information, analysis, highest probability scenarios. I'm trying, guys. I don't know what the market's going to do. We're looking at different projections, trying to use different confluence, not moving averages. I don't like moving averages. I might use them at some point in the future, but it's just I don't like them. The only moving average that we use is the VWAP, right? Or anchored VWAP. Just looking at the internal range. You know, I just got this for fun, right? The 50 SMA. Weekly SMA. Apparently it is something, guys. Apparently the 50 weekly SMA is something. And yeah, when you take a look at the previous market, we actually maintained above pretty nicely. We bounced as support very nice in June of 2021. Apparently it is something. Once you break beneath it successfully, then you can say it's a confirmed bear market. Except the Black Swan event. Of course, Black Swan event just... This was a fake out. As soon as you got back above it, bull market continues, right? So we are holding that level. I have to say, I saw this somewhere on Twitter. so I just thought, let's talk about it, right? You know that I never use moving averages. But I saw it on Twitter while I was having my morning coffee and say, okay, let's talk about it on a stream. Yeah, Andy, you are the man. Thank you so much for your tough work. Philip, my brother, thank you very much. Thank you very much. My man, much love to you. Mariella, 𝗕𝗏𝘆𝗽𝗫, get out of this bee potty. Where's 𝗕𝗏𝘆𝗽𝗫? CG Beats says Solana. We can take a look at Solana in just a few minutes. We're trying to focus on Ethereum. People just like to say that we are going down. Want free money without effort and understand how this works. Very, very difficult how this works. I just try and talk about the highest scenarios, highest probability scenarios. If you take a look at the video from yesterday, the only scenario was sweeping up this low. Guys, the only long setup, and we were trading here. So it's like, oh yeah, we didn't hit the low, but then we did come down and hit the low. This was the only long setup. I ain't going to say Bitcoin's going to break out. It's a huge, massive trap. We're just going to long from here and we're going to break out, or you know, the only highest probability setup was sweeping up the lows of the range. That is the moment you are looking for a long. That's it. Nada más. Nothing. Nada. So the only highest probability setup from the video update was sweeping the low, getting acceptance, and then looking for the bounce. let's get that video out, okay? Let's get that video out right away, because it needs to be seen. It needs to be seen on the live. It needs to be seen. And the videos are not getting that much views, to be honest. I think making bad predictions and getting more hate is what makes you have more views and more attention, because people like to comment bad and get some hate. But let's just basically, talk about the scenario from yesterday, and let's just zoom in. We got a little bit of more of a leg up here on the B wave, not gonna lie. Okay, what's going on? We got a little bit more. YouTube is going crazy here. It's not letting me stop here. Anyway, the plan was test those lows and look at the back test. Move up, back test. Move up, back test. Sweep up the lows. Look for that leg up. Either still in the third wave or just claim that level. The only scenario, only good long position, if you did not long from those lows yesterday, right? Based on the previous day value area high, based on the 50% Fibonacci that we mentioned, right? So when we do take a look at the that scenario, that is basically what has happened, right? When we take a look at that scenario, that is basically what has happened. Mentioning the possibility of the price coming down to this pivot B wave. Can we come down to hit the lows from here? Or it doesn't matter. If we come back up here to this level, this is still very much active. This is still very much active. Look for the sweep of the lows, back test, move up, right? And when we do take a look at that, it's just I'm wrong many times, guys. I'm wrong many times, okay? But I don't like someone that says you have been wrong, right? You have been wrong throughout the last 24 hours. It's like, hey, just check out the video from the last 24 hours. We're talking about this. The only scenario is this one, right? The only scenario for the long setup is claiming those lows from yesterday and looking for this, right? It's just I don't know, man. You can just check out the video. I'm wrong many times, and I'm happy to say, guys, that I am wrong. Saying, guys, this projection did not play out. I don't suddenly forget about it. So, anyway, let's go. Guy, don't listen. Yeah, guy, don't listen. Yeah, sorry, my bad, guys. I shouldn't really just go through this, but it's important that you actually pay attention on the scenarios and the risk management and the scenarios, right? Can I have the CVD indicator link, Mohammed? Absolutely. Yeah, basically it is aggr.trade. You do have other platforms, but the good thing about aggr, just like CoinGlass, you can get free CVD on Tradingview apparently as well. It is free on Tradingview, CVD. But it's also free on aggr.trade. Of course, you do have it on ExoCharts as well, but ExoChart, there is a monthly fee that you need to pay. And you only have the one that you select. You have Bybit, you have Binance, but aggr, it's aggr.trade. That's it, okay? Make sure to join the Legends trading community. Make sure to join the free Discord, because on the free Discord, we can share everything there. You can ask questions, all the knowledge, and, be surrounded with like-minded people so we can actually, share charts, share ideas, trading setups. It's all about being surrounded a great trading community. So why not join the free Discord where you are surrounded with people, hey, can you share this chart? Yeah, there we go. Can you share this website? And just share it, okay? Super important, guys. I hop on and off on YouTube. Sometimes I talk a lot of BS, right? And just talking on the comment section and not focusing on the analysis. Here's where we do, this is where the magic happens, right? In the Discord, not always on YouTube. What's the link on Discord? It's the website, and through the website, you have the Discord link, okay? It's the first link down below, guys. It just takes you to the website, and from the website, you will see the free Discord right away link, right? Hello, Andy, new subscriber here. Please tell us Ethereum profit taking profits. Let's take a look at Ethereum. I haven't analyzed Ethereum throughout the last few days. So, whew. Yeah, what is interesting about Ethereum here with this move? Will we manage to create a higher low? This is the daily time frame. I would want to believe that Ethereum has formed a three-wave structure here, guys. I really would want to believe that this is an ABC corrective move down, and we should be holding this zone. The moment we overlap the pivot highs of 2022, it's just not going to be looking too great. Of course, this will not be the moment to be like very, very bearish. I mean, obviously, I would expect maybe the price to kind of die off a little bit, but then obviously we are resetting the bull run at some point after a few months, dropping down from that level. But if we do want to maintain the structure, we want to hardly believe that this is actually the low, right? This has to be the low. There are several ways in counting this regarding Elliott Wave theory, and this has been a wave 1 right there. This has been a wave 1, 2, 3. You should be still inside. I mean, you could possibly micro count some waves in here to believe that this has been a finished third wave up. I mean, when we do take a look at the extension from this pivot low, pivot high, you have definitely surpassed the 1.618, going almost to the 2.618 here. So, yeah. For the moment, we have very much a three-wave structure down, right? Very, very... you would want to believe that this is a corrective move. We are going to bottom out here at some point, and we're going to rally. So, on the bullish side, you just have to say that, you know, this has been an ABC. The extension is probably just shy from the 1.618. It's at the 1236, 1382. This is kind of in between the 105 and the 1382 is the common area for a C wave. The moment you get to the 1.618, it is more probable that it could be an impulse in a third wave the moment you start crossing 1.618. So there is... I want to say that this needs to hold. This area needs to hold right away. What there could be, what a good scenario here would be, is when we take a look at the movement down from the highs on the 24th of May, right? The May highs, right? If this is an A wave and this is a B wave, you formed a lower high. What is interesting here is that we have retraced all the way up to the 0.88 Fibonacci. This is golden. This is golden. This is very rare for a wave 2. It's most common for a B wave or a WX, right? X wave. So it would be rare. I like this area, guys. Yeah, I would be actually, this is good for accumulation zone on Ethereum. I think this could be rock bottom levels for the next coming weeks, and we should be recovering very nicely. We know what happens in October, right? October is an extremely bullish month, not only for Bitcoin, but for crypto in general. So will we see October, guys? This is something that I want to ask the community, and before we continue with the Ethereum analysis, all right? Let me ask here the poll, another poll. Will October be bullish for Bitcoin and crypto? All right, let's start a poll here. I want to know the opinion from the community, right? Will October be bullish for Bitcoin and crypto? Let me know right away, guys. Is it yes or is it no? Let me know on the poll right away. Hang on a second. What's going on? Why isn't it? Yeah, there we go. The poll's there. Yeah, we got a 50-50 on the CPI data, guys. Inflation data for Bitcoin, big dump or massive pump. Of course, the news is still relatively fresh. News is still fresh. It does look like that we want to pump. Oh, this was actually a good. This was actually not a bad level to short, Legends, as a scalp. Okay, this was explained in the Legends trading community. The main reason why this was a good, acceptable short position, just as a scalp, is because what we mentioned today in the Legends trading community is from the highs created on the 10th of September, we've had the 10th of September, basically yesterday. We had 5 waves moved, 5 waves down. Look at this. We had very clear from the highs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this as a ABC scenario. And where did we hit? I'm not sure if anybody of the Legends actually managed to get into that scalp short position that could end up in a big massive drop. Okay, classic ABC moves. Where does it like to hit? If this were to be bearish, like 1, 2, 3, you're in the side of the third wave, you're forming a 1, 2, 3, you're inside of the third wave. This would have been the short trade, guys. This would have been the short trade. This was mentioned on today's video update, guys. Pay attention to these lower highs right there, because this could have been a completion of a 5-wave move up. And where the price likes to hit and reject is exactly on the 4th wave in an ABC 3-wave mover, right? So this was explained in detail in the Legends trading community on Discord. October could be a disturbing month. I also believe so. We do have the election in November, Legends, and we have Kamala Harris has 50% now. It was a 49-49 just about an hour ago. So she is gaining a little bit of more attention. I personally, I'm really not into politics, but I like this dude, man. Look at his blonde hair. He looks cool. I like when he's on television and when he's doing, I like him. I like him very much. He's a Republican, so yeah, more than a Democrat. I would prefer that Trump wins, to be honest. But he's down now today. It's really a 50-50, huh? Let's see. Let me know who you think who's going to win, guys. But first of all, let's take a look at the poll. Will October be bullish for Bitcoin and crypto? 81% of people saying yes. Absolute legends. Absolute legends. I am also going to say yes on this. I'm also going to say yes, guys. October is going to be Uptober. Without a doubt. That is what we see on the data, right? For the moment, September has been bearish. The first 2 weeks, it's been usually bearish. What did we get this year? Bearish. It's down 4% for the moment, right? Since the September open, it's usually been bearish. So there we go, bearish. What's usually happened on October? It's been extremely bullish most of the months, right? Most of the years. Extremely bullish. There's only been 2 months that's been in the red. So, October, bring it on. Let's follow history and make October great again. Let's make October great again. I think it will happen as well. We've got 80% of the people from the vote saying that yes, October will be bullish. The max upside is 60K. The max upside is $60,000. Let's analyze the local situation here. Let's analyze. Let's get these. Oh, if this ends up being a 112, it's not going to be looking too great. Ugh, that would be messy, without a doubt. But if this needs to come down, it would have been a great head short. I'm too distracted. I'm too distracted. But hopefully some people that are in the Legends trading community for a speculation, quick scalp short, this was the level, this lower high. I don't need to talk about it. I don't need to prove it, but it was mentioned in today's video update. Let's go through higher time frames. Somebody in the comment section said that $60,000 is going to be the max target high. I mean, locally, right? For the next coming days, if we were to get that push through. What is disturbing is the diamond pattern. We have a diamond pattern, guys. We are saved. September, a little bit of movement down here. Then up. You know, the end of the diamond. Guess where the end of the diamond reversal pattern ends, guys. When does it end? The diamond bottom, guys. Diamond bottom coming from a downtrend. When does this diamond? Let's get that image here right away. Come on. It's not letting me. Never mind. Couldn't share this. What's going on? The browser's not letting me. But anyway, the diamond pattern, guys. Where does it end? I was just going to use it here and blur it. But it's not letting me right now. It's for some reason. It ends up the last day of September. October starts exactly in this area. You would expect a breakout before that. So will this come to fruition? The diamond reversal, because we have October coming exactly at the end of the pattern, right? It's happening. It's happening. October, the most bullish month for Bitcoin, exactly at the end of the diamond pattern. Or is this just a pipe dream, guys? What do you think? Anyway, without a doubt, the value area low of the entire range between March and September, right? Now, this is going to be a tough nut to crack. What is very interesting to analyze from this on the lower time frames is that the movement down, when I analyze, this move up does not look great, right? It's very three-wave structure. There's no 5 waves. We were talking about the possibility of forming a contracting diagonal or an expanding one, right? Like an expanding, broadening wedge. None of that happened. None of that happened. And we formed a bit of a 3-wave structure here. Yes, you can say it's a bit of a, you could count 5 waves, but then this wave is overlapping this wave. It doesn't look great. What it looks good is a 3-wave move. And now, when we do take a look at this movement, it's very 3-wavy as well. This movement to the upside is overlapping all of these pivots, right? All of these lows, it's overlapping. Yeah, this ain't a bearish move, guys. This is a very, very corrective 3-waver. And you have to come to the conclusion that this is the correction right over here, okay? This is a complex corrective move in a WXY, because you have 3 waves here, 3 waves here, 3 waves here in a flat. This is either a B wave. It's not a second wave. Unlikely to be a second wave unless this is a 1-2-1-2. Which could also be the case. I mean, as long as you're not overlapping this pivot, it could still be a 1-2-1-2, right? But the timing does not look right already. It's very 3-wavy, very 3-wavy. So you need to come to the conclusion that if this were to be an impulsive move, and this is the correction, and then this is the next impulse, you want the price to continue moving down very aggressively in a 3rd wave. You do not want this epic bounce that's happened the last few days. This is just breaking everything, breaking the bearish momentum, meaning that you are likely, despite a corrective move, that you are going to get that leg up and you are going to form a much larger range in the next coming days and weeks, unless you do have the double 1-2 scenario, which is basically looking at this as a 1-2 right there, and you're forming the first 1 wave, 2 and 3 right inside of that much larger third wave, right? You 1, 2, and then you're still inside of the third wave. This has just been the first wave from that third wave. I mean, it is possible as long as you don't overlap this pivot, which is 59,700. Someone saying that 60k will be the top, right? It is an SFP level. It is without a doubt a good level for a liquidity grab and a pullback. Not gonna lie, I like it. I like it, especially if we were to have some Fibonacci. We've got the golden pocket slightly above $60,000. It's relatively far away here still. We ain't gonna talk about that. It's far away, far away. We focus on lower time frames. Woof, what a pullback. Oh my goodness. Legends, is there anybody here from the Legends trading community? Let me know right away, because we talked about the bearish case here, about the possibility of forming that ABC structure to the well, this would be the most bearish case. I'm not sure what CVD was. What did we have with CVD? Oh yeah, CVD was actually very bearish, very bearish as we were sweeping these highs. This was actually a really good short position. If the bearish case plays out, this was the short. This was the short right there. And if this were to be the 1 wave 2, 3, you're going to form a larger third wave right now. The level to get into the short was this one, even just for a scalp. And the main reason why was because of this. From yesterday's highs, if this is not an ABC, this is why we need to talk about hedging, right? Shorts, longs. If this is not an ABC and you are going to climb up to the highs, which I believe is going to be the case in the end, whether we take this low or not, I think it's the highest probability move. If you are looking for a hedge short and this ends up in a wave 1 and a wave 2, and you are inside of a larger wave 3, and you've just formed the first wave to the downside from the wave 3, which is wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? If we change them color here into the white, blue, there's clear 5 waves here, which eventually gives you the high probability, guys. This is why when we come to the conclusion, when we count the waves, you form 5 waves down in between yesterday and today, and you sweep the lows of the range. This is a long. This is a level to long to the VWAP. It's a scalp. You got to move a few $100. It's an in and an out. It doesn't matter if the price does manage to, continue up or not. It is a scalp. If you form bearish CVD divergence here very aggressively, we'll just take into consideration that the price is going to come down and retest the lows, but you have the bounce, you have the reaction. Now, what if this is a wave 1 and then 2 and then 3? I mean, for me, highest probability is this ABC. This is it doesn't matter whatever this is. If it's a C wave or it's a 1 wave, you're looking for the bounce regardless, right? So this is the good thing about the high probability scenarios, regardless if this is going to be impulsive and then you have a wave 2 and then a wave 3. you have a bouncing zone here. It's like it's going to bounce. If you test the lows of the range, it's going to bounce. Either in the end of the fifth wave, right? A, B, C. Fifth wave, you come into the highs, absolutely golden. Or in a 1, 2, 3. And the most common level where you are going to get an ABC move to get a rejection is swing failure pattern, failed auction from the fourth wave. It's where it usually happens. It's where it usually happens. This is where we detected as well just a few days ago, right? We ain't going back too far away. We detected also this scenario right over here. This, you know, I entered this short position and I closed it obviously a few days ago already. But we detected this scenario. This was like, hey, come on. On the live stream, right? This was on a video update or a live stream. We got the peak high. You got a wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5 being the largest in this case, which is rare, but it happens. And then you get the A, B, C. Where does the C wave end up after a 3-wave structure? It's swing failure patterns from the fourth wave. It's something that happens consistently. A lot of the times we can take an opportunity on this. Many times. It happens almost every day on the lower time frames. So this moving forward is exactly what has happened right over here on the lower time frames. You have yesterday's highs and you can count clearly 5 waves to the downside, and you have a 3-wave move to the upside, and where it swing failure patterns is exactly at the 4th wave spike. It happens many times, guys. That is where you usually get good opportunities. Wave 4s are great for SFPs if you know where they are. So anyway, that was the kind of level for a short. What I would like now is really, if this is going to be it could be an expanding, well, no, not really now. Lot of overlap, hey? This volatility with New York Open right now as well. We got New York Open potentially getting that dump on Bitcoin, on stock market, sorry. Yeah, we do have a little bit of a dumpy action, legends, potentially on the stock market. Oh, stock market. New York Open, down we go. Which is bringing Bitcoin down also. This is not looking good, huh? Not looking good because you do not have a bullish count right now based on a wave 1, 2. This ain't looking good. If we bounce from here without claiming the lows, I would be surprised. Because if you form a bullish momentum with a wave 1, wave 2, you do not want to overlap here. So this ain't looking too good. I would speculate that the lows are going to be claimed here. But what is interesting, yeah, this is very complex without a doubt, legends. Very complex because you are overlapping. I wouldn't say, this is not a, unless you're forming incredible bearish CVDs, but you're not, unfortunately. You're forming higher lows on price action. I think we have a possibility of those lows being claimed, guys. This is no longer looking bullish based on the overlap that we've had from these pivots. And we're getting the breakdown right now. If we do get that breakdown, this was not a bad zone to get that into that short as explained, but 50% classic for a wave 2, minimum zone, overlapping the 4th wave. This was the short. This was the speculation short SFP from that 4th wave. If we move down from here, I'm really not that interested unless, yeah, this is not going to be looking that great for a long. I would have to see a movement down, reclaim. We'd have to see some magic here. I mean, this could still be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then this is the end of the C wave. it is possible if we come down, guys. I'm going to leave right now because I'm going to CrossFit. If we come down and we reclaim and we form bullish CVD divergence, this could be the moment, okay? It could be the moment if we see that sign of strength, bullish CVD divergence, reclaiming the low of today. It could be a scenario where we finished 5 waves here, okay? And then this has been the ABC. It is possible, it is muy posible. This could be the scenario only if we do create a swing failure pattern, failed auction, reclaim, and start building up here bullish CVD divergence. You get a lot of people shorting here at the lows. That will be good to finally get the leg up, okay? It's not the end. If we just break down, we maintain beneath the lows, then obviously I'm looking at the 55 to 55.4K zone where we have all of those levels of confluence to just wait for a range, guys, and have some good setups, good levels and good setups, right? Not here to catch a falling knife. I'm here to find a range and analyze lows, highs. What are the scenarios? Could we form a higher low? Could we continue down? Then analyze the situation. Legends, thank you very much for joining today's live stream. Remember that you do have incredible bonuses down below with Bybit. You got that $500 airdrop, guys. This is a free position. Free position. You can trade Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, many other different altcoins just by signing up with the link down below. You have a free position, guys. Free position. You just need to claim it. Once you sign up, you will see the steps. Just follow the steps, claim the airdrop, and you got a $500 position for free to trade. And if you cannot trade on Bybit, you do have Bluffin, which has 10% cashback, guys. That's the best deals that I can get for the community. 10% cashback. You deposit $4,000, you're getting $400 on top of that to gain more capital for your trading. Guys, thank you very much. Remember, you have the Legends Trading community. I will be hopping there to do some video updates tonight. Thank you very much, and I will see you in the next live stream.